Checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
So, there's a new Spider-Man show out. Do I even need to tell you the rest? Like, literally, all the drama surrounding the show is literally the exact same thing you've already seen from other shows like X-Men 97. It's just more complaining about woke or DEI, which is just a code word for black. They're not even hiding it.
You had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this. And then you had the mayor, who's a black woman. Again, very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that.
Even when it's already in bad shape, they can make it even worse. And that's what Anthony Mackie has done in terms of the next Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Black Captain America or Captain African American, however you want to approach it. But Anthony Mackie, who is taking over as Captain America.
When you say I'm scared of black people, newsflash, you illiterate troglodyte. Everybody is.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away.
You can't stop looting and burning countries to the ground. Next time you're driving to work and you're enjoying your Marxist Batman comic, try not to get robbed or shot by your fellow brothers.
That happened, and we all let it happen.
And again, most of it's just kind of not based on anything other than seeing a trailer and assuming a whole bunch of crap for no reason. And then also kind of just being complete hypocrites in some levels, like take Neurotic. He was again one of the first people to start criticizing the show, but then guess what? One of his favorite Spider-Man shows is Spectacular Spider-Man.
When you say spirit of the character, you're drawing from the source.
Spirit of the character, which is what drawing from your source material, capturing Peter Parker, something they did excellent in the Raimi films. They did excellent in the animated series. They did excellent in Spectacular Spider-Man.
And so what we try to do is just really keep to the spirit of the character. We'll change some details here and there. Spider-Man was created in the 60s and 98% of the cast was Caucasian, and that's not New York in 2008. So we've changed the ethnicity of some of the characters very consciously, but we are also conscious of trying to maintain the spirit of each character.
Which, funnily enough, did all the same things that this new show did, including race swapping and changing certain characters' complete origin stories, such as Eddie Brock, who was aged down and turned into one of Peter Parker's best friends, just like Tombstone was in the newer show. Which is, again, supposed to be some kind of major complaint from these guys. Weird they didn't mind it in that show. Now that more people have seen it, it's starting to turn out more like how 97 did, with more and more people realizing that, oh, it's good, and these guys are just kind of repeating talking points again. And look, I could just keep going down this list on its own, but there's actually like a much weirder and longer history between these guys and Spider-Man, as they have been trying to cancel Spider-Man for seemingly years now, all the way going back to Spider-Verse and maybe the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. They aren't even trying to make it look legitimate half the time. They're just saying that it's bad and that it's going to flop, hoping that it gaslights you into not seeing the movie or looking up and fact-checking anything they say. Like everybody's favorite racist on the internet.
It looks, but I'm not really going to be one of those people who acts like this is some new concept. The harsh truth is Spider-Man has kind of been ruined for years, and we've all kind of been coping and wishing in the back of our mind that Spider-Man returns to his former glory. You could ask yourself, when did all the troubles start for Spider-Man? Was it when Tom Holland took over, or when the Spider-Verse movies came out, or when in the comics Peter Parker was turned into a literal cock? But unfortunately, it does go before that. So I do respect Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Peter Parker, especially in The Amazing Spider-Man Part 2. But the problems we're facing now date back to that movie. I'm all about comic accuracy, and Andrew Garfield's movies failed in that department a lot. Even though we got to see Peter Parker sporting a goddamn Ramones t-shirt, I still think that his portrayal wasn't the best. But the real issue wasn't Andrew Garfield or the changes to the character's design. Instead, it was the race swap that we let go under the radar. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Jamie Foxx plays Electro, and no matter what way you look at it, this race swap cannot be just.
See, he just says it's kinda sucks, but he can't even do the horrible grifter thing and find some kind of cherry-picked articles like Young Ripper or Geeks and Gamers usually do. It doesn't matter how much that stuff you could just easily look up with one Google search, or the fact that a lot of people enjoyed the movies and are very vocal about their enjoyment of the movies. In their heads, it's just terrible because black people, DEI, yada yada. There is nothing else to that. I mean, I could go deeper, but there's not really much to go deep into. This is just the same shtick you've already seen me complain about 5 times now. There is nothing different Between any of the other videos and this, it's always the exact same talking points, the exact same grifters, usually full of crap and hypocrisy. And anybody that actually watches the show could probably tell this out for themselves. Now, granted, I think there's only a few episodes out, but from the few episodes I've seen, I can already tell it's probably not going to be good as X-Men 97, but it's already better than the last time Disney did this. I will give the show a recommendation. Go see this show for yourselves, and that way you can judge it on your own. Then come back and let me know if you'd rather see a compare-contrast video on the Spider-Man shows in general or just a specific character. I'm starting to think about doing just one on the Green Goblins, but want to know if you want to see ones of the entire shows and how they're different. Until then, I'll see you next time.